John W. Davis here with Millikan coach, Romeo Pellum. Coach, talk to me about this practice. You finally put the shoulder pads and the helmets on. How does it feel to be getting ready for that first game for sure now?
It feels good. First day with full gear today. Excuse me. It's a little different, because it's only a couple schools in Southern California that's practicing, this early with shoulder pads and helmets. So, it feels good to definitely be able to be back out here, and football's back. We have a game in 18 days, and things are going really, really fast. And, I think we're a long way away after today, but I think we're going to, we'll be all right. We'll do what it takes to get ready.
What year is this for you now?
Year 7.
That's what I thought. How are you preparing for this one? You've been through nearly 2 cycles of freshman classes and things like that. Got a lot of new players, but you've set a standard here now. You finally cracked the Moore League. You won that one. I know you want to do that again and do more. But how do you approach, this first game, going out of state? Because I know that's important for you too, to give these kids experiences.
Sure. When you talk about the standard, man, and sometimes I get lost, even with me. Like today, there were kids showing up late, and the standard is if we start at 6, we're starting at 6. If you're not here at 6, you're not. The gate is closed, So my coach just kicked a couple kids out because they were late, and that's the standard. You know what I mean? And it's adjustment for a lot of kids, freshmen, transfers, whatever. But we're gonna do it our way, and that's the way we've been doing it. It's been working. So, guys have to figure that out, and we definitely set the bar high, and we're not gonna waver from that. Guys that will fall in line, they'll play, and guys that won't, they won't play, and that's where freshman and senior guys have been here for 4 years have been here for 2 weeks. And with that, we're gonna get the best guys, the best fit for this team to be able to go travel and represent Long Beach, the Moore League in California, playing against a Nevada team. And when we're doing all that and taking the right guys, I think our chances are pretty good to go out there, execute, and come back with a win.
How do you feel like your now senior tight end, defensive end, Jude Nelson, is going to uphold the standard and be a leader this year?
Obviously, the expectations are really high for him. This is his 3rd year in the program, and he's seen a lot of guys do it before him, and he knows what it takes. And he had a hell of an off season, and he definitely came into a leader on this team. A vocal leader, a leader by example, and it's. He got a lot of pressure on him, from everywhere. He put a lot of pressure on himself, but you talk about teams having a guy. I think he is definitely one of our guys, and someone that everyone's going to know, and people are going to have the game plan for him.
And he's one of the guys that's got to give maximum effort all the time, because you're going to depend on him on offense and on defense too, and probably special to, I don't know, whatever. But he's going to play a whole lot. So I feel like his leadership will show possibly through, the energy and effort that he puts into these games, right?
Yeah, no doubt. He is a player that probably won't leave the field. He'll take a couple plays off here and there, because I don't think anyone can play every single snap, you know what I mean? But it starts here at practice and giving max effort at practice every single play. His speed and his intensity and his level have to be higher than anyone else out here, because he is one of the guys that goes both ways. We don't have many, in the position that he's playing. He's playing tight end where he's going to have to block. He's playing tight end where he's going to flex out and run routes. And then he's also playing DN going against, their tackles. So it's a lot of contact for him, you know what I mean? And that takes a lot. So, he's preparing for it, and, I know he'll be fine, and I know he'll have a great year.
And what are you thinking, some early impressions about the new senior quarterback, Ashton Pennell?
He's a really good player, man. He's a leader. He made some checks today that we, a couple of coaches looked at each other like, wow, that's pretty good. We haven't had that, so to see that and to be able to, trust what he's thinking, and him, changing things that I would change, him knowing how I think and us knowing how he think, and align as one. I think it'll be really well. He's very athletic. He'll pull the ball and run with it, and, he can make every throw. So I'm excited for this year, and definitely excited to get going with Foothill in 18 days.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.